Okay, thank you very much for joining. So today we've come to our second tutorial where we're going to understand the key behaviors needed to develop achievable requirements. So today's session will have two main learning outcomes. So we're going to explain the role and responsibility associated with the stages of system development life cycle. Then we're going to describe the importance of demonstrating the key behaviors of problem solving. And then for the merit task, we're going to assess how the use of project management tools contributes to the successful control of development projects. So looking into today's session, so what we covered yesterday is pretty much the main concept of system development life cycle. We looked into the phases. We looked into the models that have been applied so far, and we looked into the type of models and the tools that are needed to implement these models. So today's session, we'll look into project management and what it is mainly. We will define the benefit, the scope, and how this has to be done. So when it comes to initiating activities, we always have to look into the management issue. So from a managerial perspective, in this lecture, we'll address many areas. So we should know how we assess feasibility of a project. What are the stages and techniques that can be applied to assess feasibility? How we can investigate an information system project and how this can be assessed. Also, we looked into risk management when it comes to information system projects. So here are some tips that they share with IT professionals when it comes to delivering a project. So we have to actively listen to stakeholders and their needs, paying attention to verbal and non-verbal cues helps in gathering comprehensive insight and ensuring that the requirements align with the stakeholders' objectivity. Empathy. So we have to be able of demonstrating empathy towards stakeholders' perspective and challenges. Questioning and clarification. So once our stakeholders is defining their own goals, we have to be able to listen and ask so we can clarify how we can clarify and set goals. So all of these are part of our feasibility studies. So feasibility studies is really important when it comes to project management. So it involves different stages where we need to look into the aim. We have to establish whether the project is feasible and prepare to ensure that the project is successful. Also, as I said, feasibility studies, which is the activity that occurs at the start of a project to ensure that the project is doable. Then we have also our feasibility report and analysis, which is needed as an impact of the system and consider different alternative for acquiring a software. So with our feasibility study, we can now clarify and look into how doable this project can be. Also, it's important having critical thinking skills, where we have to apply critical thinking skills, analyze requirements, identify dependencies, and anticipate potential challenges that might occur during the project. So we also have to be able to collaborate and communicate, not just with the stakeholders, but also with our team, in order to ensure that this project can be delivered on time within the deadlines. Also, prioritization, where we have to be able to prioritize the requirements based on the importance, urgency, and feasibility. So there are loads of benefits when it comes to creating our feasibility studies. So we can now benefit on cost reduction. So we will now lower our staffing requirements as depending on what type of business we're working on, what type of business we are on, and what type of business we've taken on from our stakeholders. Also, we have to pay attention to details. By paying attention to details, we can now capture the requirements accurately. And also, we need to have ownership and accountability. So we have to be able to take ownership of the requirements development process and being accountable for delivering high quality requirements and high quality projects. Also, we have to have continuous learning and improvement, which we have to be able to adopt a growth mindset and embracing opportunities for learning and improving in our skill sets. So now we're going to explain the roles and responsibilities associated with stages of development life cycle. So there are loads of roles and responsibilities that are associated with our team members, and we have to be able to ensure that these tasks are completed effectively with our project timeframe. So also additionally, project management tools are often used to facilitate collaboration, track process, and manage tasks throughout the development process. So there are various tools that allows us to work as project managers. So such of them are Jira, Monday.com, which is quite new, and many other tools available on the market. So we have mentioned the initiation phase, where we're going to do our feasibility studies, and here are some of the rules and responsibility. So we have a project sponsor, which is going to initiate the project, define the objectivities, and secure the resources. Then we have our project manager, who is going to lead the initiation phase, develops the project starter, and establish the project management framework. And also we have our stakeholders, who are those that our clients, who are going to constantly provide us feedbacks. As I mentioned before, there are loads of tools available in the market for project management. So Jira is the most common tool. Are you familiar with Jira? Do you have any of these?
Yeah, the company that we rent our electronic case management system from use Jira. So we use Jira to raise tickets with them when the system is working.
Okay, so Jira and ServiceNow, pretty much. Yeah. Okay, so you're familiar to these tools, which is great. Planning. Also, here we have some rules and responsibilities of our project manager. So the project manager have to be able to develop the project plan, including the scope, schedule, budget, and resource allocation. The responsibilities of our team lead is to provide input on tasks, estimate resource requirement and dependency. And from our stakeholders, they have to be able to review and approve the project plan and ensuring alignment with organization goals. So again, here, project management tools, which will define them. Also here we have the execution stage, where our project manager has to oversee his project execution, monitor the progress, and manage the changes. Development team has to implement the project plan, complete assigned tasks, and delivers work packages. Then we have our QA team, who have to conduct testing on test with validation, where they have to now verify that this is deliverable. And then from our stakeholders, they have to be able to provide feedback on any sort of issues that the user might have, looking from the client side. When it comes to monitoring and controlling stage, our project manager has to have the ability to monitor the project performance, identify the deviations from the plan, and take corrective action. Our QA team has to continuously assess the product quality and identify opportunities for improvement. Closure stage. So from our project manager, we have to have the ability to ensure that all projects are delivered, are completed and accepted by our stakeholders. We also have to document our project. So there has to be a full documentation which can be accessible to our project manager and our stakeholders. And from our stakeholders, they have to be able to review and approve the project closure documentation, provide feedback on the project outcome. So now we're going to describe the importance of demonstrating key behaviors in problem solving. So here we have a couple of examples of the key behavior and why these are important. So when it comes to demonstrating objectivity, this helps in analyzing problem impartially, without bias, leading to more accurate identification and effective resolution of the issues. Also, we have understanding exploration, avoiding assumption, managing our stakeholder communication, managing our stakeholder expectation, and identify our development team, our development risks. when it comes to assess how the use of project management tools contributes to the successful control of development project. So this is our merit unit, where our learning outcome is asking us to identify how these tools contribute to our to the success of our project management of our project management. So the use of project management tools plays a significant role in contributing to the successful control of development project. So we know nowadays how tools like Jira, ServiceNow, Monday.com, whatever, they're really useful when it comes to delivering project management on time. And in these tools like Jira, we can set up our Scrum team, where everyone is going to be assigned with their own tasks, and the project can now deliver on time. So Jira offers these features for project managers, and everything can now be tracked from Jira. So some of the requirements can be that are going to be planning and scheduling. So with this tool, our project management are now allowed to create detailed project plans, define tasks, allocate resources, and establish the timelines. Also, we have to look into our resource management. So these tools they're going to provide features for tracking resource availability, assigning tasks to the team members, and managing workload distribution. So with tools like Jira, we're able to set up our team, and our team can now pick up the tickets that have been raised by the customers. And this is a really good feature because it allows the entire team to manage effectively the resources. Also, there is communication and collaboration, where project management tools offers communication and collaboration features such as chat, document sharing, and real-time updates. So with tools like Jira, they can now be connected to your email, to your work email. So whenever you have a notification on Jira, this notification goes straight away to your inbox. Risk management. So project management tools facilitate the risk identification, assessment, and migration by providing features for capturing and tracking risk, issue, and dependencies. Also, we have progress tracking and reporting. So these tools offer dashboard, reports, and analytics features for tracking project progress, monitoring the key performance identifiers, KPIs, and generating insight into our project health. Also, change management. So we know that the IT sector is a fast growing sector. So there are changes that happens within organization, like weekly, monthly, yearly. So things keep on changing within companies and organizations. So it is really important that these tools allows us to quickly make changes which are going to facilitate the way our team works and facilitate how we deliver our software systems or projects on time. Integration and automation. So tools like Jira have loads of automation features where we can now we can now how do you say it? We can now reduce the time, reduce the time frame of delivering project. So these automation are really useful features which are enabling seamless data exchange and workflow automation. So in conclusion, the use of project management tools contribute to successful control of development project by providing capabilities for planning and scheduling, resource management, communication and collaboration, risk management, progress tracking and reporting, change management, and integration and automation. So this is pretty much everything for project management session. There any question from you?
All right. No, all's quite familiar from the work that I basically do already.
Yeah.
As a data analyst, having to check stakeholders' expectations, sort of having to change projects to meet those expectations, or trying to get the stakeholders themselves to change their expectations if they're expecting something that's a bit too out there. And yeah, very similar sort of stuff with regards to project management and all that. So yeah, it's all quite familiar, but yeah, still very good to go over. Thank you.
So I feel like this unit stuff that you apply, that you use on a day-to-day with your work, you're very much familiar to all these concepts. But yeah, everything is on Moodle, so I feel like you shouldn't have any issue on writing the assignment.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah, no, hopefully, yeah, should all be good.
Yeah.
Where I've done the previous one, like the level 3 diploma.
And the unit was quite similar to this, right?
Yeah, units. There are definitely going to be some points where it's all crossovers. I think there's like a unit later on where it goes into like statistics and stuff, so that's going to be very easy. What I was thinking more is just when I was doing those, I was writing quite a lot. So I think the main thing for me is about trying to get my word count to like condense down.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes I was writing, anything from like 7,000 to 10,000 words. And I know I need to be aiming for about 5,000. So that's going to be the main challenge for me in this unit. I think it's condensing my word count.
Oh, right. Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if there are no any other questions, I think I'll end the session, and I'll see you on next Saturday.
Yep. Catch you next Saturday. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.